the main part of the park, my top 25 favorite species in Jurassic World Evolution 2. And on the beach, the favorites chosen by chat polls. 38 species in total, 175 individual animals. Too many planters, even more rocks, 5-star rating, and many, many design ideas that you can use for your own builds. Let's tour this park. Hello everyone and welcome to the favorites park. I am so excited to show you this park. I'm so happy with how it turned out and I think it's going to give you a lot of inspiration. So here we are in our arrival area and right up ahead with these lovely monorail arches to give it some height and some drama. We have our first exhibit that will unfold before our eyes. We have lots of decorations lining this pathway just to give it a lot of detail. And when we peek over the low wall here, oh, we have the monorail coming right overhead right now. That's pretty cool. I saw it in the shadow right there. So this is our first habitat. It is a huge herbivore habitat. We see a little Styracosaurus resting over there. I don't see anything else in here, but I think we have 3 species in here. And in the distance, you can already see a lot of the park that I really think you're going to enjoy seeing. We obviously have like the huge lagoon behind this exhibit. We see 2 aviaries over there. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. I'm gonna take you in this direction. And what we have behind here actually is it's like this little weird appendix on the map. That's like the only way I can describe it. And as you can see, we have hotels back there. So instead of like tucking the arrival building all the way in the back of this little appendix, I pulled it forward, creating a little bit of space so that we can go behind the entry building. And this is our huge hotel section. For my builds, I always like putting the hotels, or at least the majority of the hotels, right by the arrival point, because you have to imagine that guests will be, you know, arriving with luggage and stuff like that, and, you know, they don't want to be lugging their suitcases all through the park. So there's a lot of hotels over here, I think 5 in total. We have a little lake lined with rocks, seating section. So this is where our guests, this is like their first point where they need to go to drop off their suitcases, check out their views, and then they go into the park, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. So what we do right here, as you can see, we walk around the arrival building. I still don't know how this arrival building is supposed to work in reality, like what the logistics behind this is. Is it a huge tunnel? Is it the exit to a huge tunnel? I don't know. Anyway, oh, we're gonna follow the monorail. Here's another hotel, and right here we pop out over here, and again, this is just that same herbivore habitat that we looked into earlier. Let's see if we can spot more dinosaurs this time around. Just a lot of Styracosaurus I'm seeing at the moment. I'll do an overview at the end of the video as well, you know, in the map view, so we can see what was basically everywhere. Because, yeah, it's a little bit hit and miss how many dinosaurs you're actually going to be able to spot in some of these bigger enclosures, which is usually why I kind of err on the side of making enclosures maybe a little bit smaller. But these guys have a lot of space. So we go down over here, beautiful, lined with planters. These are my favorite planters to use to line path on an incline, because they create this pretty decent staggered effect, like a staircase effect that I think is pretty nice. And then, whoa, I literally got turned around. So here we have viewing galleries looking into the lagoon, and we also have a Hyperloop station or Hyperloop entry point, which is actually also it's an attraction because there's a Hyperloop building in the middle of the lagoon. Let's go into this building. Also, by the way, the bathroom fits so perfectly in between the Jurassic Park galleries for the lagoon that I cannot resist putting a bathroom there every single time. Alright, so this is an overview of the absolutely massive lagoon, and you can see right there that is the the Hyperloop accessible viewing tower. We also have classic Jurassic World viewing towers over there, which we will get to. They're on a hill, so they have this beautiful view of the entire lagoon. And let's see if there's anything to see below the surface of the water. I don't know why I said it like... Ah, there you go. A pair of Kronosaurus just swimming about. So Kronosaurus is one of my favorite lagoon creatures, but my ultimate favorite lagoon creature is the Mosasaurus, which I do hope we will be seeing at some point. There's another Lagoon viewing gallery on the other side. Maybe we'll get lucky. Exiting. Alright, so there's that. Back it up, back it up. And now we go over here, and this is the first section where we're gonna run into some amenities and stuff like that. But you can see just how, yeah, detailed and decorated this park is. I love breaking up like big path sections like this with some decorations. And you can just imagine, you know, guests flowing around this like a river flowing around rocks, just to sort of break up the monotony a little bit. By the way, you will note the disturbing lack of guests. I closed the park to preserve frame rates because this park does have so many details that the frame rates, they were still doable, that like it was perfectly playable. But I just felt for the tour it would be more smooth if I turned off the guests. Close the park. That's the phrasing I'm looking for. Up here we have this beautiful monorail structure. Honestly, like I know not everyone is a fan of these, but dang, this one looks good. You have to be honest here. This one looks pretty good. And let's actually go up here. I actually have like a tour planned out for myself. I always do that beforehand. Like I just take a screenshot of the map overall and I draw lines on it on where to go. Otherwise I get lost in my own parks. They are really big though. Oh, we have the monorail coming over again. It's like, you know, it's not just beautiful, it's functional as well. But yeah, I think this looks super, super cool. Obviously a little bit of squinting involved to trick your brain into thinking this actually is a structure, but I think it looks so, so cool. And we can look into the habitat over here a little bit. You can see the invisible fencing behind the pillars. We have Iguanodon strutting about over there. But I think this just creates a super cool play of light and shadow with the sun, you know, just peeking in between the pillars like that. I think it looks really, really awesome and just more interesting. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. And then on that end right there, there's a viewing gallery, but we're going to take the more exciting approach. We're going to hop into the tour over here because there's a lot in this exhibit that you won't see from the viewing gallery. All right, here we are. Is this the only perspective? Let's switch camera. There you go. So we can see a little bit more. It's a bit unrealistic. Just imagine we're a drone following the car. But here we have Iguanodon and a Margosaurus as well. We're not going to follow the tour track, but you can see how it, you know, spirals all the way around to give people the most amount of time in this habitat so they can really just see everything. I think it's only a Iguanodon and a Margosaurus in here, actually. But if we go here, I think we have a mustard yellow iguana. Oh, we spooked her. We spooked her. There's some more. Yeah, I think it's just a lot of Iguanodon and a lot of a Margosaurus in here. Now here we come up on this gated area and we get like a little sneak preview inside this habitat. But we can actually go over here. The gates are opening for us. What have they got in there, King Kong? Oh, I should have used that fencing. That would have been more cool. Not fencing, gate. But yeah, you can see that on our left side we have the invisible wall, the invisible fencing to keep us safe. Because in this habitat we have a pack of Carnotaurus. And I really love doing this, like separating the tour vehicles from like the bigger and more dangerous carnivores. And obviously the invisible fence just still allows for like perfect visibility. It's also pretty cool if you just use regular fencing, honestly. Oh, they're having a bit of a fight over there. So yeah, we just go all the way around over here. It takes us right by the map border, as you can see. It's a little bit finicky to make this work. Because the fence wants to snap to the tour track, which can be quite annoying. But if you have patience for it, you can really make it work, and I think that this just turns out quite realistically. This park uses a lot of invisible fencing. Usually I prefer to use regular fencing, you know, the concrete, the steel wires. This park really asks people to put a lot of faith in the invisible fence. Like, you really have to trust that that fence works, because it's gonna put us It's gonna put us right in front of some very dangerous carnivores without even the protection of being inside a vehicle. Alright, a Margosaurus blocking the way. Whoa, whoa, she's running for it, she's running for it. So I don't want to follow like this entire swirly path, so I'm gonna cheat and assume that we go this way. There's the mustard yellow iguanodon again, being all like, leave me alone. Never. Oh, he's giving me some attitude back there. And here we are back at the monorail structure. You can see the viewing gallery at the end of that little pond over here. Super, super cool. And what I always like to do is take the tour vehicles right by the viewing gallery. So, you know, you can wave at the people there, be all like, look how cool I am in this car. Yeah. And then the tour goes right by the monorail structure. And back into here. Uh-oh. Don't you thumb shank me, okay? Be gone. Alright, and now we shall continue our tour. We escaped the clutches of the iguanodon. I'm gonna actually speed up a little bit. I'm sorry, I just love how this looks. I'm quite chuffed, not gonna lie. So we're gonna go back down. What you'll see throughout this park is changes in elevation, and I cannot overstate how important it is that you use differences in elevation to literally elevate your park to the next level. Like, it makes such a huge impact on how interesting your park is to tour and to experience for yourself. So if we hop under the monorail track over here, I placed the monorail track very purposefully to create, you know, moments like this, but it is functional monorail track. And then behind here, we have this viewing gallery. Pretty simple exhibits. This exhibit is Dimetrodon, I think, although they are being a little bit shy. Is it Dimetrodon? I really don't remember. I think it is, though. But yeah, the exhibits in this park are pretty simplistic, and that is by design. I wanted it to be more grassland as opposed to jungle forest kind of habitats. So the tree usage is a little lighter than usual. You're going to see a lot of open spaces in the habitats, but I think that turned out pretty well. Over there, you can already see the raptor arena, and we actually have 2 in this park, and that's another little tip. If you do something like that, you might think to yourself, well, it's not very original if I do it twice in one park, but actually, I think that really helps tie everything together. It makes your park feel more uniform if you do repeat the same design elements, maybe not, you know, 6 times over, but a couple of times, so that it feels like it's all cohesive and belongs together and was designed by the same person with the same design philosophy. I use a lot of these wall pieces to line the path because, well, path just feels naked without them as of late. We have this cool exhibit over here. You can actually also look down into the exhibit from the path up there. But we're gonna get a better look into this habitat. You can see the Pterosaurus strutting about. And here we cross the tour that goes through the Pterosaurus exhibit, but also through the Stegosaurus exhibit. So a lot of spiky exposure when you take this tour. It's not without its risk. We've lost some paint, some some mirrors, some doors, some roofs. We've lost a lot of car parts with this tour. Are we gonna take the tour? I don't think so, because we can look into these habitats differently. So here it comes by. And I like doing this. I like taking the tour right by where our guests are so they can see the vehicles, see a little bit of action. We're gonna walk just around the raptor arena for now. We are gonna pop into one of the viewing galleries, don't worry, but I just want to show you the entire surroundings. And there are, like, you know, every other opening between the pillars, there is a viewing gallery. And they're all just, you know, we're imagining that it's a very popular attraction, so we need the capacity, but also different viewing galleries provide different views. So here we can see into the Stegosaurus habitat. I do think we need to take the tour because we're not really seeing them properly. They weren't really designed for that. So we're going to be taking the tour in a minute. But let's hop into one of these viewing galleries. So let's pick this one. And in here we have a raptor pack, but like a mix. It's a mix of skins that don't necessarily go together. We're not seeing anything over here, so we might as well, since we are going around and back to the tour, we might as well, let's try this one right here. There you go. And you can also see that, you know, there are differences between the type of view that each viewing gallery provides. So this one gives a much more open view, whereas the other one was more in the tall grass. But here we can see... Oh! It's still a little jittery. I hope they're going to fix that with the update. But yeah, here you see our very random mixed pack. We have just a regular Jurassic World skin. Like Jurassic World Evolution skin. We have the tiger raptors. We have a 2001 raptor. We have the big one. It's a weird mix. Chat was in charge of that. I'm not responsible. No, I condoned those decisions. I feel like I actually encouraged it, actually, come to think of it. Yeah, it was my fault. I need to take accountability here. Alright, so we're gonna hop into this tour. I'm gonna change the camera again. It is weird seeing the empty vehicles. Here we go. We're gonna drive around. Under the tree branches. Here we are in the Stegosaurus habitat. Stegosaurus is, IRL, my favorite dinosaur of all time. She is such a classic, like such a classic and recognizable silhouette. I just love it so much. And the tour actually goes around over here. Here we have the big herd. Looking good, ladies. Aw, she took the compliment really well. And we're gonna go up there, up on that hill. You're gonna look into this exhibit as well. Again, elevation, super important. Oh god, I hit the brakes. Don't do that. That was like a weird trigger finger happening right there. Back it up, back it up. Alright, alright. Here we go. The other tour vehicles are way faster. So we go through this exhibit. Oh, that vehicle is in danger. That vehicle is in danger. Yep. Oh, we might be in danger. Ooh, sit down, girl. Relax. It's okay. Alright, just don't hurt me. Do not hurt me. I'm a kind person. I don't deserve to be hurt. Alright, so we're over here. Little path crossing. And then on the other side, we have the Therizinosaurus habitat. Viewing gallery. Oh, that looks a little menacing. That looks intimidating, not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would want to be in the backs of these trucks. I probably should have chosen different dinosaurs for this habitat. Oh god, oh god. That was a close one. Alright, and then we drive around. And here's the exit, and we're safe. Alright, so with that out of the way, let me sprint around the Raptor Arena. And now we're over here at that path crossing, or tour crossing, depends on how you look at it. Look, all of life is just perspective. I hear some banging, I hear some screaming. It's not going well. Alright, so we're gonna cross over. We have the viewing gallery looking into the Theri habitat, and since the Theri sounds close... Oh. There it is, so that's the view that we're getting. I love using the lagoon, like the concrete base of the lagoon, as a backdrop to an exhibit. I think that's really cool. And what we also have right here is a tower, which looks out at the shark. Now, feeding is turned off, and feeding will forever be turned off in my sandbox parks. That is until the happy day comes that Frontier finally gives us infinite feeders in sandbox. We need it, okay? We just need it. That's not an exaggeration. So yeah, they don't actually use the feeder at the moment, but I'm very much looking forward to the day, which I do hope will come. I really do hope it'll come, that we can turn on infinite feeders. Alright, so we're going up on this hill. A torch. I feel like I did not use a lot of torches in this park. But give a like for this one. We have a little restroom off to the side in front of the Spinosaurus skeleton because we're closing in on the Spinosaurus habitat. And what I really love is this little window right here. And that's like the only thing you can use to describe it. It is a window, which gives like a little glimpse into what you're gonna see in this habitat. Brachiosaurus, Parasaurolophus, the visitor center back there. Lots of buildings that I could not be bothered to customize. I'm sorry, it is one of my main shortcomings as a park builder. I apologize. I invest all of my time in placing planters, basically. This is our first look into the Spinosaurus habitat, and it is looking a little sparse. It is by design. I'm not quite sure if I like it, but I did just want it to feel like an open space, a little beachy, so that's why there's a lot of water in there. And yeah, not a lot of rocks, not a lot of trees and stuff like that. It's different, I can say that. You can see that, you know, we're also going to go down there to get a different perspective. But this is already pretty cool. And then we have, you know, a nice little decorative bit of water over here. Speaking of decorative water, we also have a fountain. And like I said earlier, we need to have a lot of faith in the invisible fences because right beyond the invisible fences and these like little stone walls is a pack of, I think, 4 or maybe even 5 Tyrannosaurus. So, yeah. Invest in invisible fencing. Oh boy. But on the other side, look at that. That is gorgeous. We have Brachiosaurus and Parasaurolophus in front of the visitor center, which is raised up on a hill. We're going to be going there later on in the tour. It's all accessible. I absolutely love this, and it's going to be even better from down there. Like right where that Rex is walking, that bit of path over there, we're going to go there, and you can look all the way up to the visitor center. So you get the T-Rexes, the Brachy, the Parasaurolophus, and the visitor center all in like one sightline. And I think it's super, super gorgeous. I love this. Again, a lot of trust in these invisible fences, but this looks so cool. And I just, yeah, I don't usually use the invisible fences this much, but I wanted this park to feel different and special, and I think that definitely achieves it. Before we go down to experience that awesome view, we're actually gonna go over here. And this is a very long path, all lined with rocks. Don't worry about my mental health. I was watching something else on a second screen, so don't worry. I was keeping myself entertained as I was placing what I think amounts to almost 1,000 rocks, because I did this throughout several points in the park. All right, so we're gonna pop into this viewing gallery. And see nothing. Acrocanthosaurus is in this habitat. Again, you can see it's a really open habitat, just more grass plains looking biome as opposed to forest or jungle. I guess the risk with that is that it looks maybe a little unfinished. It looks undecorated. Looks easy. It is easy. But I just felt like it was a different approach to what we basically always do for a park build. So yeah, super long path in between 2 habitats with only that viewing gallery in between as like a little distraction. How about we sprint up this hill right here? So there you see. In this habitat, oh, you can see the sails. Oh, she's a little shaky. She's a little shaky. But here we have the Dimetrodon in the infamous potato-shaped habitat. This park was built during live streams. The potato-shaped habitat has become a bit of an inside joke. I did do a short about it as well. But I want to thank everyone for being there over the course of the 4 live streams that it took to build like the main portion of this park. And then I did all of the detailing work in my own time. We're going to do things a little bit differently for the live stream park that we're working on currently, which is our baby dinosaurs park. I'm going to be doing all of the decoration work during stream as well, because this park took me a long time to finish after the last stream of it, because there's so much. Okay, so this is gonna be quite awesome, I think. So on one side, we have the visitor center. I'm still mad that the path does not connect to the staircase. We'll never not be mad about that. And then in front, we have this lovely perspective. Oh, the Pterosaurus was doing a little roll and I missed it. Oh, it's doing it again. You're blocking it. You're blocking it. Yeah, super, super nice view from here. And I'm excited to show you it from all the way down below. It looks even better. I'm probably overselling it. I'm sorry. I'm just really excited about this park. I did struggle with it at some points. Some points, actually, plural. the truck tour's honking. So yeah, during the second stream, I hit a bit of a creativity wall. Look at that view, it's so good! But yeah, the second stream was a bit of a hurdle to get over. I couldn't figure out which dinosaurs to put where. And I also struggled for a little bit as I was decorating it in my own time. Felt really uninspired for a while, but once I got going, I got into it, and I think it turned out super, super nice. But yeah, at 2 points during this build, I for sure struggled. And if you can relate to that, you probably can. That it is something I see a lot in comments, that people just lose momentum, they lose inspiration, so they give up on a park. And that's totally okay. Like, I feel like you shouldn't force yourself to build, because then you're not going to enjoy the process, and it's probably not going to turn out to be your best work anyway. So just save, leave the game, or start a new park, whatever. You can always just return to it. And that's what I did with this one. I just had to set it aside for a bit, and then return to it later when I felt like I had some ideas on what to do with it. And in the end, I think that really worked. I think it looks really, really cool. That's such an uncool term, really cool, but yeah, I use it a lot. Goes to show how uncool I am. Oh, I'm exposing myself. Anyway, here we have the Dimetrodon just living their best life, again in the potato-shaped habitat. And I love this little path moment over here, just a random circular bit of a different color. Again, top tip, mix up your path colors. It can be a little bit tricky to get them to, you know, neatly connect without any ugly clipping. But there's always a way. If you're just patient enough, you can always find a way to connect them without, well, with minimal clipping issues. Minimal clipping issues. Let's actually go over here first. We just have this long promenade with amenities. Again, not customized. I acknowledge my own faults. It's okay. We're all imperfect people, and this is one of my imperfections. But look at this, though. That's cool. I'm excited about this. So yeah, here we are on top of the hill. We're looking down into the stego habitat. We see the raptor arena. We even see the big monorail structure in the background over there. And that's why differences in elevation are so important, because you can create really cool views within your park. All right, so if we run back, we're back at the Dimetrodon habitat, and over here, again, lot of faith in the invisible fencing. We have a pack of Allosaurus. Looking good. Invisible fencing actually looking quite invisible when you submerge it in the water, just a little tip. Creates a little bit of distance between your guests and your super dangerous species as well, which probably makes it feel a little bit better than if they were to be, you know, walking right up to this barrier right here. So that's something to keep in mind, you know, if you want to have an open view into a habitat with the dangerous carnivores, but it's a little weird to have them like walking right in front of you. Just create a little bit of distance, do a little moat with water so you can actually hide your invisible fence. And that turns out pretty cool. There's this little bit off to the side here. I'm just sprinting. Maybe, if we're lucky. Alright, so here we're looking into the Acro habitat. And oh, it's standing right. Hold on. Oh, ah, wait. No, it's standing right in front of the gallery. There you go. We had to cheat a little bit, but that's okay. Oh. I thought it was gonna do an awesome roar, but all it did was a shake. Okay, second try. We wait with bated breath. No, just a shake. Okay. He can't be bothered to roar. That's fine, though. That's cool. He's a good boy. He's a good, thick boy. Oh, we made it awkward, and now he's walking away. Alright. Oh, God. Well, I might as well drop us down over here, because that's where we were going. We're backtracking a little bit right now. The park is decently laid out, whereas you can sort of follow a path where you don't have to backtrack too much, but, you know, little bits like this, you do have to go back the same way you came in. I think that's okay. Overall, the rest of the park's layout is good enough. I just want to show this again because it's so good. I'm so happy with this, I'm sorry. Oh god, I really don't mean to sound like I'm full of myself, but it's just like, the game is just gorgeous, man. It's gorgeous. Alright, so from here, we actually look into the Acrocanthosaurus habitat again, and this is the Acro's only water source within its enclosure, so it does actually have to go over here to drink, which increases the odds that as a guest you'll be able to see the Acro from the path over here. You know, if guests in Jurassic World Evolution 2 could actually do that. Let's pretend that they can. Same with the Tyrannosaurus over here. You can even see the Spinos in the distance. Obviously, we're going to get an even better look at those. So how about we sprint this bit? Because this is a long trek, okay? This is a long hike along this, this upper area. So from one side, you can just look out over the sea. I wanted to line this side with these as well, but terrain constraints would not let me. So it feels a little bit dangerous, not gonna lie. We're just gonna trust our guests that they stay on the paths provided for them. And here we can look down at that guest section. Obstructed by big old Dwaynes. Alright, so if we sprint a little further again, because it is a bit of a trek. We come down here, and what we're first going to do is we're going to take like this hairpin turn going further down. But you can see what I did here. By using a different path color, you know, you maintain this curve that sort of directs people down. But still, it opens up into this section. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to go down here first. Use a lot of these bushes to line the path, you know, in lieu of a lot more planters. And now we're at this bottom area. There's amenities down here. I dropped down a random bunker just because I really like how this building looks. I mean, it has a cannon. You have to appreciate the cannon. Alright, and then we go over here. Another switch in the path color. I use mostly the gray and the brown path in this park with like some little pops of the Oh! Hey! I did not finish this. This is supposed to have the stone walls in front of it. Hold on. There you go. You notice nothing. This has been here the entire time. But here we have the T-Rexes. So we have the fluffy T-Rex. We have the buck. We have Rexy 1993 and... Oh, I don't remember. Maybe Big Edie? I don't remember the fourth one. We have this circular little pond that the guests walk around. Looking cool. And then here you go. This is the shot right here. Look at that. And as stated, you can look all the way up to the visitor center. We have the beautiful Brachiosaurus walking in front of it right now. The Buck Rex. It is so cool. I really love this perspective. I think this is like the... Oh, it's just one of the regular Jurassic World Evolution Rexes. Look at that. Interesting. But yeah, I feel like if this doesn't sell you on the importance of differences in elevation, I don't know what will. I don't know. Am I the only one who thinks this is super nice? Like, getting these classic dinosaurs in view together with the classic building? I love it so much. Anyway, I'll move on. I'll stop waxing poetic about that. Whoa! Hold on, let me speed up a bit. Look at that. Oh. It just stopped short. I was gonna track it with the camera and it was just like, what? Brake check. Super cool. Again, using the Lagoon concrete base as the backdrop of the exhibit. Where's the other one? There's the other one. Very nice. It's very mad. Probably about the invisible fencing. There's the window from the plaza up there that we also peeked through earlier. And you can see that there's like this elongated bit of path with tables and chairs. Because I would imagine that guests would want to spend some time here, you know, to just look at the Spinosaurus being weirdos sniffing the water. This water don't smell right. That's because I peed in it. Anyway, so yeah, they can sit there and enjoy their overpriced lunch and coffees and smoothies and stuff like that before they continue their walk through this park. As what we are gonna do. Oh, I love it so much. I'm sorry. I'll stop. Okay, so we're gonna run back. Because we're here, the bunker. And that's where we came down. But we're gonna go over here, where we have more amenities, more seating sections, and we have an aviary. In this aviary, however, not flying reptiles. We're actually using it as a biodome for one of the species in this park. Do I remember the species? I think... Pyroraptor? I think this might be Pyroraptor. Also place some in the grass right there, which I feel looks, you know, it looks peaceful, looks calm. Alright, so Pyroraptor, was I right? I was right! Oh, yay me! I'm so proud of myself. Oh, well done, brain, well done. So yeah, I placed this fountain in front of it because there's no water in this habitat, so we're gonna pretend that the Pyroraptors drink from the fountain. I also just feel like it looks nice, you know, the water sprays in front of our view, even just a little bit. I don't know, livens up the place, don't you think? Also makes me kind of want to pee, but that's okay. Alright, so with that done, you can see, again, we're looking up at a hill, up at elevation, because it's so important. Okay, so that's where we're gonna go. So we're gonna walk around here. We're gonna, ow, stub our toe on that concrete planter. You can just imagine the pain. We're gonna walk up. And now we're over here. Now I used a hotel over here, even though if you remember very early on in this tour, I said I always like placing my hotels close to the entry point, and we're quite a bit away from it. Not too far, actually. I'm just actually pretending that this is some other kind of building. Maybe it's like a casino. Maybe it's a fancy restaurant of a different kind. Maybe it's a museum. I like using this building. I think it's such a beautiful building. And in my head, I can just pretend that it's something else. So I can use it wherever I want in the park. Obviously, you don't have to be strict. You can place hotels wherever you want. You don't have to follow my insane kind of logic. But, oh, there it is. And speaking of there it is, here we have the Giganotosaurus. And with like a lovely sort of like infinity view, because we see nothing back there. But actually, there is something back there. We're probably not going to see it, but there is a tor that goes behind there. And just like with the Carnotaurus, they are separated from the Gigas with the invisible fencing. Oh my god, there's 3 Gigas in here. I just now noticed that one. I thought it was just these 2. I thought that was a rock. I thought it was a rock with like a bit of, yeah, like that, you know, with ferns behind it. Oh, you can see just the tops of the car, so they are pretty well hidden. Oh, we have some ugly clipping going on. So we have over here a tor, and this is not a tor that looks into a habitat. You get a glimpse into the Changzhou habitat, but that's not purposeful, really. That's just because we had to go by there. This is purely transport to connect this part of the park with another part of the park. We're not going to use that though, but I will point it out where the other station is. So where people would either hop on or hop off. Alright, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We're looking for the thatched tour building. Okay, so up here, we have another amenity thing, and that's why this park is easily 5 stars. Even though, you know, transport rating is probably quite bad for this park, as is shelter rating. But if you just throw in enough amenities, and if your dinosaurs are visible, you're gonna get that 5-star rating without problem. So this just, you know, looks down over that other guest section. Lots of tables and chairs. This is really just, you know, you need the capacity. You need so many amenities in a park like this to serve all of your guests. To serve them. Okay, so we're gonna walk around this fountain. And actually, up ahead, you can just see the path going up. Right there, behind here. Again, what I like to do, breaking up a big plaza. So yeah, that path over there, you can see the hotels. You can actually, right there, see the arch in front of the arrival building. So we are quite close to the arrival building. We're not done yet, though. We have that direction still to go in, and the beach area. Oh my god, this park is enormous. Lagoon. I don't know why I did that. So that's the Pyroraptor aviary, and this is the Oviraptor aviary. I do remember that one. And we also have a lagoon viewing gallery. So here we look into the Spino habitat. Here we have the Oviraptors. There they are. Oh, cuties. Oh, look at the one sleeping. I love these. Yeah, we don't have any sound. That's a shame, but I do really like that. I do really like putting dinosaurs in aviaries and pretend that they're biodomes. You know, Pyroraptors were living in a cold environment, and that was more a desert environment. By the way, I have a video on the channel to show you that trick in case you're unfamiliar. It's not mods. It's just a glitch in the game that you can exploit. All right. Oh. Fingers crossed for... No, we have a Kronosaurus. I want to see the Mosasaurus. No, just Chrono. Dang it. We'll do a flyby later, so we can see the Mosa. Need to see the Mosa. We need to tick that box. All right, so we're gonna continue. Little science section. We're gonna go towards 2 huge aviaries, but only one of them has a flying reptile. Only one of them has a pterosaur. This aviary up ahead has Cryolophosaurus, and the aviary in the back has Quetzalcoatlus. Quetzalcoatlus is the only pterosaur that made it into my top 25 of favorite species. I just randomly paused to show you this pond in the middle of the plaza. I don't know why. Just wanted to share it with you. Here we have a nice tree with lights dotted around. Oh, and we also have the teeny, the tiny, but full of attitude, Homalocephali. Sort of. Well, you can sort of see them. Again, place a fountain in the habitat instead of using the water brush, so they drink from the fountain. Oh, I hit my face on. These are way taller than you would think. You would think this would be at like hip height. But they're like at forehead height. That's so weird. I feel so short whenever I play this game. Anyway, I feel like that's a pretty cute habitat. I wish the Homalocephali would come up to the front though. Okay, so here we go. Like between the arms of the aviary, it's like it's giving us a big old hug. And actually, the 2 viewing galleries give entirely different views. For example, this one gives a view without dinosaurs. You know, if you are so inclined, if you're not interested in dinosaurs, you can come over here and not see any dinosaurs. Let's go to the other one and hope we have more luck here. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's an issue, isn't it? They are in here. I promise they are. They're just being shy. I just hit fast forward. I don't think this is gonna work. I think they're like over there. No, it's not like changing the camera is gonna help us here. Oh, dang it. I think they're literally all over there, which we do not have a view of. Hold on. I'll cheat. I'll cheat. I'll show you. Oh, see? I told you they were in here. There you go, the Cryolophosaurus. And just like the Pyroraptor, we're pretending that this particular biodome is temperature controlled. It is cooler than the surrounding environment. Okay, so now that I've proven that we do have dinosaurs on our dinosaur tour, sort of, if you cheat, we're gonna move on and we're gonna go to the Quetzalcoatlus, and then we're gonna go down to the beach area where the chat favorites were. So this whole area of the park were my personal favorite dinosaurs, my top 25 favorite species. And then during the live streams, as we built this park, I put like wild card species into a poll chat and allowed chat to vote on which was their favorites of certain species that I didn't pick from my top 25. So here's the monorail station, which will connect us to that beach area. But speaking of transport, I promised I would show you where that tour comes out. And that is over here. So we go around here. It's like a little bit hidden away. But there it is. There is the other tour building. So this, it's like the ocean cliffside tour or something like that. Which is not about showing dinosaurs, it's just about connecting these two bits of the park together. We do have... If we go in here... Ah! It's a little far away, but there is the Changeusaurus. There's another one. Oh, no, it disappeared. Come out then. There it is. Changeusaurus is my favorite carnivore in the game. Therizinosaurus is my favorite dinosaur overall in Jurassic World Evolution 2. It usurped the Changeusaurus, which previously held that title. But yeah, Changeu is my number 2 and my favorite carnivore. I think it's just such a cool dinosaur. And we also can just watch the tour vehicles go by. You know, when the dinosaurs are too far away, you can just people watch, which is... Actually, that's kind of amusing. Okay. So now we're gonna go over here. And then this viewing gallery looks out into the Quetzalcoatlus aviary. Oh, wow. Well, there it is. Look at it. Big murder burb. Oh, there's the other one. That's kind of cute. Yeah, so they have just this huge aviary to themselves. Still a little miffed how cramped they look in the aviary. Like, the aviary has a huge footprint, but because it's so low, they're always gonna look cramped. I don't think walking animations for the pterosaurs are ever gonna be a thing, but who knows? Maybe if we get really lucky. I still love the Quetzalcoatlus though, and that's why it made it into my top 25. It's just so epic. Like, ever since I first saw it walk out of the hatchery, I was sold. I think it's so cool. Alright. We must go forth to the beach. People who don't like sand, this is where you leave us, I suppose. Here we go. Oh, we're going the wrong way! No. Yeah, so the monorail, it doesn't loop. Because I wanted to minimize the amount of functional track in the park, because I like using monorail track decoratively. So I didn't want to have too much of functional track in the park. So the train just shuttles back and forth between the main part of the park, where we just hopped onto the monorail, and the beach part of the park, which is where we're going to go. So that's why right now we're going into the wrong direction, but once it reaches the station and, you know, fills up with passengers again, it's going to go in the other direction. And that is going to take us here. So right now we are on the beach. Okay, Frontier posted something on Twitter, so I just had to check what it was, because my heart was instantly like, is this it? Is this the DLC announcement, please? But no, it's not. It's just a Know Your Dinosaur, and it's not even anything new. So we're gonna move on. This beach has a river snaking through, because I wanted it to. And that river has a couple of bridges crossing it. We have this viewing gallery. It's not even connected. Oh my god, that is the second time we've spotted something that is unfinished. We're gonna get a better look. But we have Dilophosaurus And Suchomimus should be in here as well. But as you can see right there, that is wire fencing, so we can look into the habitat from there as well. I guess I just totally forgot about this viewing gallery. Whoopsie! So, we're gonna cross the bridge. That looks pretty cool. And there you have the second raptor arena, this time the Atrociraptors. And here you have a concrete wall. Oh, the dichotomy of design, I tell you. Alright, so you can hear the water sloshing around because this is a little circular lagoon in here that we're gonna hop into in a bit. You hear the Dilophosaurus. I don't see the Suchos, but they have quite a bit of habitat that is just hill. And I did hide the steep hill with forest. So, like, I think about 50% of their habitat is just forest. So that's where they're hiding right now. I hear them, though. So yeah, this path just circles the lagoon entirely, and I place these planters in front of them, you know, in front of it, alternating between just the rocks and the planter with the tree in it. Just to sort of spruce it up a little bit. So if we run around here. There. And in this habitat we have... Where is it? Oh, there it is. Indominus Rex. And also Styracosaurus. Lovely. I think they're so nice. I really like Styracosaurus. Styracosaurus missed out on my top 25, but I was very happy that chat voted them in anyway. So basically how these polls went, I grouped like the middle portion of dinosaurs that were not my favorites, but also weren't my least favorites, because we have a whole different park dedicated to my least favorites. I already done a tour for that one. So everything in between, I sort of grouped together in a way that made sense. So I pitted all of the remaining lagoon creatures against one another, and then chat could vote which one of the lagoon creatures was their favorite, aside from Carnivore and Mosasaurus, which were already in my favorites. So Styracosaurus won that poll. And similarly, we had a poll with like Hadrosaurus, we had a poll for Ankylosaurus / Nodosaurus, you know, and that's how we sort of figured it out. Medium carnivores, big carnivores, sauropods. That's how we decided on which species to put in the beach area. So these are like the wild card dinosaurs that the viewers voted in. Okay, so over here we have Baryonyx. Oh, yeah, there you go, there you go. With the raptor arena in the back. And also an aviary with actual flying reptiles and a pointy rock, because pointy. And, oh, by the way, just as the main area of the park was mostly grassland exhibits, which might feel kind of boring, the beach exhibits might also feel kind of boring because I really wanted to stick to that beachy look. So there's a little bit of grass, there's a little bit of foliage, there's quite a bit of rocks, but mostly it is just open, empty space to sort of keep that beach look to it. Alright, let's move on. So now we're gonna cross this bridge. Look, pretty nice. And this lets us look into a huge herbivore habitat, which has Dreadnoughtus, as you can see, Sinoceratops, I think Edmontosaurus is in here, and perhaps something else as well. I don't recall. Look at the little chubby thing. I love it so much. So, if we cross back over. Now, that's where we're going to go. But first, we're going to detour to the side. And you might think, hey, Evo, that's a dead end. But it isn't. There's a little secret thing over here. There's a secret viewing gallery. So we go around the corner here. And I love doing that. You know, it's just a little secret moment to discover. Ah, and there you go. We have the Edmontos. Pretty cool. And we have the sea in the background. And what I did is, like, I created, like, these the smallest possible puddles of water, because that actually mimics what they have going on just outside of the map border on the beach. They also have like these teeny tiny puddles. So I continued that into the habitat. So it just looks like, you know, little pools of water left behind after tide. And you could, you know, you could pretend that this entire area floods during tide. And don't worry, the exhibit is huge, so the dinosaurs would be able to go over there. Okay. So let's speed this thing up a bit, because oh my lord, how long have I been recording? Almost an hour, I think. Here, hold on. You can hear the stomping on that side, that's the baryonyx. On this side, we have a really big enclosure for our ankylosaurs. They won the ankylosaurid/nodosaurid wildcard poll. And we go up here. It's a bit of a narrow path, and that's because I insisted lining it with planters like this. So it's like a little appendix, again using that word, which extends into the exhibit. So you can get a really cool view, and you can really feel like you're among the dinosaurs. So there's Bumpy right there, and we have a couple more down here. You can see the sea again. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, you can see that, you know, we're in the exhibit. Little seating section, so again, you can have your overpriced lunch and coffees here. I think that's a pretty cool little moment. Something for you to try as well, perhaps, in your next park build. And also, just to break it up a little bit, we have these windows looking into the baryonyx habitat. We have one right there, and there's also one right here. We're gonna see the baryonyx again, though, because one side of the enclosure is completely open. Our bridge design, again, crossing the river. There, and there you can see the baryonyx habitat. The invisible fencing is almost truly invisible, hidden in the river. And I think this is pretty cool. And, you know, obviously when the baryonyx actually come up to the river, so they are quite close, that's a really nice perspective. Okay, now we're gonna pop into this aviary. We had enough aviary species left over to do a double poll, so there are two species in here. We have Barbarodactylus and the smaller Tapajara right there. And again, fountain in the aviary instead of water, because we're gonna pretend that they drink from the fountain. And also might be kind of cool to pretend that they sit like on the bottom of that circle and sort of wash themselves in the waterfall. That might be kind of cute to imagine. Just a showering Barbarodactylus. That's kind of cute. Come on. Oh, and here we also get a cool view of the Ankylosaurus. So, let me check my map. We are indeed going in this direction. More buildings that I couldn't be bothered to customize. Toilets. And here we just have this lovely beach section. You can just imagine that people would come out here and also just enjoy the beach. Looking pretty good. Here you see what I mean. See, so this is outside of the map border, but it has like all of these puddles. So that's what I recreated with the Edmontosaurus back there. This exhibit is pretty big. It was not designed to house the species that it does house, because in here we have Morus intrepidus, and they get kind of lost in how big this exhibit is. Not to say it's huge, but it's definitely more space than I feel a Morus intrepidus pack should need. Anyway. So here we have another guest section. More restrooms. Again, you have to have restrooms for your 5-star rating. So, it's sort of like separated. So here we have just this pretty big plaza, and then the viewing opportunity for the Morus intrepidus is like this little enclosed little area. There you go. I have the best words. So many. And then you can come up here, and again, no water, just a fountain. They drink from the fountain. Oh, you just saw it skittering across like a rat. But yeah, you would come over here and see the Morus intrepidus. You would see them drink. And perhaps at set times of day, there would be a handler here feeding them little pieces of meat or something to bring them closer to this area so you can actually see them. Because, yeah, it's quite a sizable enclosure, and they tend to disappear in it a little bit. And then, ta-da! The Atrociraptor Arena. But we're not gonna go there. Not quite yet. We're gonna go over here first. I cheated a little bit, because we actually have quite a bit of beach left over. And initially, I was just gonna pick dinosaurs from the commons and put them in here, but because this park was already taking so much longer than planned, I decided to do something else. And you sort of have to imagine that this is like a dune buggy attraction. So this last section of the park is just open space where you can do this. Wee! Wah! And you're dead. But, you know, yeah, so I created dunes over here that you can drive across like a mad woman or madman. Obviously, I could have used this for many more dinosaur species, but yeah, I really had to get this park done. And it was already taking so much longer than I wanted. And it also sort of went against the philosophy of the park, right? It was supposed to be my favorites and the poll favorites. So there you go. So that's what I did with this extra area. Boop. Here we go. Alrighty, we're almost getting to the arena, don't worry. First we have this section off to the side, and here we have Styracosaurus. Again, using that sort of moat idea. I lined it with these concrete things because I'd already put in the water, and once you do, you can't make the multi-wall pieces work, and I didn't want to redo the water. I was lazy. They make such sad sounds. Like, they break my heart. They're cute, though. Case in point. And then we walk all the way over here. Like, the arena is surrounded by, like, 2 sides of concrete fence to enclose it a little bit. But it's open at the front and at the back. So here you go. This would be the front of the Atrociraptor Arena. This is the river. And across, that's the Baryonyx having a snooze over there up on the hill. So yeah, now we can go in here. And this path goes all the way around. And let me actually show you that. La da 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 dee dee da. If you've been around this long, this is a super long tour. If you've been around up until this point, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I hope that you've been enjoying seeing this park and that it has been giving you plenty of ideas. And if you haven't given it a like yet, I mean, if you're still here, come on. If you're still here, you like it. You might as well give it a thumbs up. Am I right? Come on. Come on. You know you want to. Anyway, all of that aside, let's... So yeah, you can see... This is that plaza that we were at earlier. There's the entrance to our dune buggy attraction thing. And we continue around the Raptor Arena over here. We're gonna pop into this gallery. Bam! And this is the Atrociraptor Arena. I see ghosts sleeping over there. I think this is just the Atrociraptor pack that we put in here. That's Tiger. Oh, we have a wild card. Oh, we have 5 in here. We have the Atrociraptor pack plus an extra one. That's cool, though. That's cool. So this is the Atrociraptor Arena, and that is the final attraction that I could show you in this park. So let's fly up and show you, like, an overview. So here you go. This is the entire beach section. You can see that this mimics what's going on over here pretty well. Looks pretty good. This clipping does not look good. But there's the beach with this huge, like, dune buggy area. And then up here in the main section of the park, all of my favorites. The infamous potato-shaped habitat. The other raptor arena. Ah, here we go. Checking out the Mosasaurus, Mr. Snuggles. I think there's another one. No, it's the only one. The Mosasaurus in this park is called Mr. Snuggles. How about that? Mr. Snuggles living his best life. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this park turned out. Can't lie, it was a bit of a struggle at 2 points in time, but I pulled through, and I think I pulled it all together. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and what I hope most of all is that you enjoy it as well, and that it has given you plenty of inspiration for your next park build. I really appreciate you watching this video. If you enjoy park builds, if you enjoy watching me build parks real time or in speed builds, and if you like getting like condensed tip videos, then all of that you can find on the channel already, with even more coming in the future, so consider subscribing. That would mean so much to me. We're trying to get to 150,000 subscribers. We're getting really close to it, so I'm pumped about that. We're gonna do something special to celebrate the 150k milestone, and I hope that you'll be a part of it as one of 150,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing. Hold on, whoa, 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 whoa. We were gonna see what was in here. It was Troodon. There you go. Alright. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time, enjoy the game.